Hello everyone, I'm Bill Hammond and I actually paid to see this. Thank you so much once again for all the support for both the blog, actuallypaid.com, and the YouTube channel during this year's Oscar Blitz. I now have 37 subscribers, which is 38 more than I ever expected, and it means I get to make Kevin Smith jokes until I get the next one. Snoogans! Anywho, there is one last piece of business to take care of before the 95th Academy Awards this Sunday, and that's to figure out who will actually win this damn thing. It doesn't matter who or what I think should win anymore, just who or what will win. So get ready to do well in your office pool, because I've got the power of foresight to help you right now. For legal purposes, I have no such powers. Every year at the Oscars, there are basically two general outcomes. Either the wealth will be spread around about as much as possible among the Best Picture nominees and multiple nominated films, or the ceremony will serve as a coronation for an easy consensus winner. My gut tells me it'll be the latter this year, though there will still be a few consolation prizes to go around. The 23 categories fall into three basic groups for these predictions. One is the gimmies, which are the most obvious outcomes. Then there are the educated guesses, based on various guild awards to date and some fairly common sense. And then the just plain shots in the dark, where there's no clear indication of who's the winner, and it'll likely be a genuine surprise come Oscar night. There's a lot to get to, so let's do it. First off, let's take care of the gimmies, which break down thusly. First and foremost, Best Supporting Actor will go to Ke Huy Quan for Everything Everywhere All at Once. He's pretty much swept all the major awards, including the Golden Globe, Screen Actors Guild, Critics' Choice, and Independent Spirit, where supporting performances were lumped together into a supersized gender-neutral category. The only award he didn't win was the BAFTA, which went to Barry Keoghan, but that won't be enough to sway things. Elsewhere, makeup and hairstyling will go to The Whale for what they did to Brendan Fraser. Costume design will probably be a repeat victory for Ruth Carter and Black Panther. Production design will go to Babylon, as will original score. Original song will go to Naatu Naatu from RRR. Sound belongs to Top Gun Maverick. Visual effects are for Avatar. Animated feature is going to Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. And given the slew of nominations it has in other categories, international feature will go to Germany's remake of All Quiet on the Western Front. Look at that, there's 10 categories down out of 23 already, and we've barely gotten started. Next up are the shots in the dark, because these are the ones that are almost impossible to predict, but I'll do my best. For documentary feature, there's no real consensus like there's been for the last couple of years, though Navalny and Fire of Love look to be the top contenders. Either one could win, but I'm leaning towards Navalny because it's an opportunity for a grand political statement and a rebuke to Vladimir Putin and his war in Ukraine. Next up, all three short film categories are basically coin flips, as they are every year, but here are my best guesses. I'll say The Elephant Whisperers wins documentary short because of the tender story, the adorable animals, and the really great cinematography. Live action short I'll give to Le Pupille because it's the only horse that Disney has in any of these races, and just like Riz Ahmed winning last year, Alfonso Cuarón's star power as one of the producers is probably enough to get it over the finish line. For animated short, based on the reactions I've seen online, it's pretty much down to My Year of Dicks and Ice Merchants. My head says go with Ice Merchants, but my heart says go with My Year of Dicks, and in cases like this, I always go with my heart. I may end up regretting that when the results come in, but I'll never regret endorsing such a wonderful film. Finally, in one of the big categories, Best Actor is a wide-open race between Austin Butler, Colin Farrell, and Brendan Fraser, all of whom have won major awards so far this season. In the end, because I think this is going to be a coronation ceremony for one film in particular, I think there's going to be a few attempts to give the also-rans something to cling to. As such, I'm giving it to Austin Butler, who single-handedly saved Elvis. That's 15 down, 8 to go, and we're off to the educated guesses. First, a couple of technical categories. For cinematography, Elvis won the ASC award, but notably, All Quiet on the Western Front wasn't eligible. I think it has the advantage here given all of the other artistic and technical areas where it's nominated, and it probably has to win at least one of them to justify the hype, so it gets my vote. Film editing likely comes down to Top Gun: Maverick and Everything Everywhere All at Once, both of which won an Eddie Award from the ACE. I say Everything Everywhere has the edge here, as Paul Rogers also won the Critics' Choice Award, the BAFTA, and the Independent Spirit Award. Moving on to the writing categories, Adapted Screenplay will probably go to Women Talking, which won the Writers Guild Award, and because the Academy will want to give it a win in the only other category than Best Picture where it's nominated, in order to justify its inclusion. Original Screenplay will probably go to Martin McDonagh for The Banshees of Inisherin, which also won a WGA award, and it will be seen as a consolation for Banshees not getting Best Picture. On to the women's acting categories. Best Supporting Actress looked to be a lock for Angela Bassett before Jamie Lee Curtis won the SAG Award. It's very rare for the SAG winner to not go on to win the Oscar in this category, but I'm saying Bassett will still get it. If nothing else, then as a statement from what I'm guessing is a pretty sizable block of Academy voters rightfully pissed off that Wakanda Forever didn't get nominated for Best Picture. Similarly, Best Actress was seemingly a runaway for Cate Blanchett, and she still has a strong chance to win as a consolation prize for Tar. However, Michelle Yeoh finally overtaking Blanchett with SAG, combined with the overall momentum for Everything Everywhere and the relative inaccessibility of Tar, feels more like a sea change than Bassett losing to Curtis, so I'll say Michelle Yeoh pulls this one out. Also, as part of the controversy in the category, Blanchett herself advocated for Andrea Riseborough, which some may interpret as a concession that she doesn't feel she deserves the award. That might be enough. And finally, we have Best Director and Best Picture. Steven Spielberg entered award season as the overwhelming favorite, but after the Daniels won with the Directors Guild, you have to think that the torch has been passed. The same goes for Everything Everywhere All at Once as Best Picture. It was always the crowned favorite, but it started award season behind Banshees, The Fabelmans, and All Quiet on the Western Front if you give the BAFTAs a lot of weight. Since then, however, it's all been in their favor, winning the Critics' Choice Award, Producers Guild Award, Independent Spirit Award, and the SAG Award for Cast Performance, which is their equivalent of Best Picture. You can never be completely sure on a Best Picture winner. Hell, I declared Power of the Dog as the lock last year, and look how that turned out. But all the signs are pointing towards this year being a celebration of Everything Everywhere All at Once as a runaway winner, and it will deserve it. So there you have it. Those are my picks. How do you think things will shake out? Let me know in the comments down below, and keep it locked on the blog, actuallypaid.com, for more reviews and features, including my live diary on Sunday night and my post-mortem reactions next week. Until next time, I'm Bill Hammond, I actually paid to see this, and enjoy the Oscars, everyone.